You are not seeing this message by accident. The celestial energy around you, the very field of grace that sustains your breathing, has compelled this moment. There is an urgency in the upper realms, a shimmering shift in the light that Archangel Michael monitors constantly, and it concerns the very space you occupy right now. Take a deep, slow breath, for the veil between your world and the divine council is thinner than it has been in weeks, and heaven is speaking directly into your atmosphere. There is a stagnant energy in your house. You feel it, don't you? It is not merely dust or disorganization. It is a spiritual residue, a heavy ether that has settled in the corners where you forget to pray. It feels like unexplained fatigue or a sudden, sharp coldness in a room that should be warm. This warning comes because that oppressive atmosphere is attempting to absorb your divine mandate. It is trying to drain the very wellspring of hope that was recently replenished within your soul. Heaven sees the subtle signs that you dismiss as coincidence, the persistent flickering of a light that has no technical fault, the misplaced objects that seem to vanish into an ethereal dimension, the anxiety that spikes inexplicably at dusk. These are not random fluctuations of physics. They are energetic skirmishes. Darker intentions drawn by the residual fear or old sadness that has lingered in your home are attempting to establish residence. They are looking for a foothold, a place to anchor themselves to slow down your ascension. This is why Archangel Michael has stepped forward. He stands now, sword lowered momentarily, listening to the very rhythm of your worried heart. He instructs you. You must reclaim the sanctity of your living space. The physical keys to your dwelling are meaningless compared to the spiritual sovereignty you possess. When you pray, you are not merely asking, you are commissioning protection. But lately, you have been whispering when you should be declaring. The unseen forces seek to silence your declarations. They thrive on the silence between your prayers. They gather strength when you doubt your worthiness. Archangel Michael's specific guidance for this moment is to perform a radical spiritual cleansing. Do not wait for sunlight. Do not wait for a special day. Tonight, or the very moment you finish reading this, you are to walk through every room and declare it consecrated ground. Speak to the walls. Speak to the ceiling. Say, "This home belongs to the light, and nothing that is not blessed by the highest power may remain." The danger is not physical threat, but the systematic dulling of your spiritual radar. When the energy of the home is dense, your connection to your guides becomes faint. You start missing the green lights and running the red lights. You stop trusting the intuitive nudges that steer you clear of calamity. The enemy knows that if they can confuse your energy, they can paralyze your progress. But the celestial alarm has sounded. You have been seen, you have been heard, and you are being rescued. Your duty now is to participate in that rescue by drawing the circle of divine fire around your home. Claim your peace, beloved soul, before the silence turns into genuine spiritual deafness. Heaven recognizes that you have diligently addressed the external atmosphere of your house, but the message deepens now, focusing on the insidious nature of energetic blockade. You are not just dealing with residual darkness, you are interacting daily with a deliberate obstruction. There is a specific shadow in your immediate orbit, cloaked in false illumination, and its sole purpose is to siphon the vitality and divine favor that is meant only for you. This hidden shadow is not some spectral entity you fear at night. It is far more dangerous because it walks among you, speaks your name, and often disguises its malice as concern or friendship. Archangel Michael shows that this shadow casts a thick, sticky net over your dreams and intentions. Have you noticed how every time you are on the precipice of a great blessing, a financial upturn, a loving connection, a breakthrough in health, a subtle wave of doubt or disaster immediately follows? This is the work of the hidden shadow, diligently maintaining the blockade. The blockage manifests in your life as chronic spiritual fatigue. You pray, but the words seem to hit a ceiling and fall back, hollow. You try to initiate positive change, but the momentum stalls almost immediately. You feel an inexplicable heaviness in your chest when you are around this person or their influence, a feeling that your inherent shining light is suddenly dimming, forcing you to shrink into yourself. The celestial intelligence reveals that the mechanism of this blockage is deep-seated, hidden envy. It is a poison rooted in the inability of the other soul to witness your fulfillment without feeling their own lack. They may not even be consciously aware of the spiritual damage they inflict, but their lower vibrational jealousy is so potent that it leaks into your aura, contaminating your energetic field. It acts like spiritual lead, weighing down your wings when you try to fly. What heaven demands of you now is a courageous act of energetic separation. You must look past the familiar face and acknowledge the vibrational disparity. You are required to raise your boundaries not with anger, but with the cold, clear conviction of self-preservation. When you are in the presence of this hidden shadow, you must internally invoke the blue ray of Archangel Michael's protection, building a shimmering, impenetrable wall between their lower intentions and your sacred space. Know this: the reason you struggle with forgiveness in this specific instance is because this entity has breached the unspoken law of energetic respect. They are not merely criticizing your actions, they are actively seeking to diminish your spirit. This blockage is why certain prayers seem unanswered, why opportunities seem to dissolve just before manifestation, and why you feel like you are perpetually paddling against an unseen current. But the divine observation is complete. Michael holds the sword of truth. He is preparing to sever the cords of attachment that allow this shadow to feast upon your light. You must be ready to accept the cutting, for release is imminent, but it requires your assent and your determination to stand fully in your sovereign power, unattached to the toxicity that seeks to make you small. The heavenly vision focuses now on a very specific source of this subtle spiritual warfare, one often overlooked because of its proximity and presumed harmlessness: the silent neighbor. This is not necessarily the person who lives physically next door, but the individual who is geographically or professionally close enough to observe your daily life. Someone who witnesses your quiet victories and your hidden struggles without ever being fully invited into your inner circle. They stand on the periphery watching. This individual is harboring an intense, passive malice. The danger here lies in their silence. They offer superficial pleasantries, perhaps a polite wave or a brief exchange of civility, yet beneath that thin veneer of normalcy, their spirit is churning with a destructive comparison. They believe that the blessings meant for them are somehow diverting to you. Their thoughts, which are spiritual currency, are consistently focused on diminishing your abundance, your peace, and your reputation. Heaven shows that the boundaries of your home, the very fences, walls, or thresholds, are being constantly tested by this hidden envy. This silent neighbor, through repeated acts of negative intention, often simple bitter thoughts or quiet curses whispered into the air, is attempting to weave a low-level enchantment that disrupts the divine flow into your space. Have you felt a particular aversion to spending time in your front yard? Or felt an unshakable sense of being watched, even when no one is visible? This is the pressure of the silent neighbor's gaze. This entity attempts to steal your joy by planting seeds of disharmony. They celebrate in their solitude when they see you struggle. They envy the quiet rhythm of your life, the way you manage to keep moving forward despite adversity. Because they cannot breach your spiritual defenses through direct confrontation, they rely on repetition and proximity to erode your energy. They use the very air you breathe and the ground you walk on as conduits for their low vibration. Archangel Michael reveals that the specific vulnerability here is the failure to bless your surroundings actively. You must consecrate the boundaries of your physical domain. You are instructed to visualize a brilliant electrified silver light, tracing the exact perimeter of your property, your office, or your closest physical proximity. This light is the sword of Michael made manifest. It is not an offensive weapon, but an absolute shield of divine separation. The instruction is precise. When you feel that chill, that inexplicable heaviness as you cross your own threshold, you are intercepting the residue of their intent. You must stop, plant your feet firmly on the ground, and declare 3 times. Only light enters here. Only grace remains here. All intentions not born of divine love are immediately returned to sender, wrapped in unconditional forgiveness, and sealed by the name of the Most High. Do not underestimate the slow, corrosive power of persistent proximal envy. It can drain your vitality just as surely as an active curse. But now you know the source of the pressure. The protection has been commissioned. The boundaries must be reinforced by your intention and your constant conscious prayer. You are not meant to live under the constant scrutiny of a jealous heart. Heaven is giving you the map to escape the invisible siege. You have felt a deep tremor beneath the earth of your stability, a trembling that doesn't originate from your own spirit, but from the orbit of someone profoundly innocent and deeply loved. If you are reading this now, Archangel Michael requires you to immediately focus your attention and your protection toward the one you hold most sacred, the child, the young one, or the person whose future you guard with the fiercest, most silent dedication of your heart. A shadow has been cast, not physical, but energetic, upon the blueprint of this sacred life. The world is attempting to impose its heavy noise and its deceptive lights onto the pure soul of this innocent one, attempting to redirect the path that heaven has meticulously prepared for them. You sense this as a sudden, unexplained fatigue in them, a profound shift in their natural joy, or an unexpected wall of shyness that has sprung up where openness once lived. These are not merely phases of growth, beloved one. These are signs that the outer static is pressing against their fragile, yet powerful energetic boundaries. The forces of confusion, which thrive on discord and distraction, seek to cloud the clearest vision of the young. They try to plant tiny, invisible seeds of doubt about their own worth, their destiny, and the safety of the world around them. This is why you must become the living shield tonight. Archangel Michael has already positioned his golden net of protection beneath this loved one, ensuring they cannot fall completely, but your vocalized intention is needed to activate the full, luminous defense. Tonight, when they are resting, when their spirit is most unbound and receptive to the energetic world, you must walk softly near their space. Do not speak the words aloud to them, but speak them into the air, into the silence, and into the heart of God. Say this with your soul entirely focused on their well-being. My beloved guardian angels, Archangel Michael and the Holy Spirit, I place, name the child, under the invincible blue flame of protection. I seal their aura against every low vibration, every jealous gaze, and every misplaced intention that seeks to diminish their light. I declare that their path is pure, their mind is clear, and their destiny is sealed by the covenant of divine love. No hidden arrow can pierce this shield. This prayer, born of your deepest protective love, will instantly seal the energetic cracks that the world has been exploiting. It will banish the confusing static that has been settling in their room, clinging to their small burdens and causing their sleep to be troubled. Do not delay this action. The urgency of this message rests heavily on the foundation of their future. Their clarity and their peace depend upon the immediate, sovereign declaration of your faith. You are the gatekeeper of their innocence. The heavens remind you that the purest love, your love, is the greatest spellbreaker and the strongest protection field available in this realm. Trust the urgency you feel in your solar plexus when you think of them. It is not fear. It is divine instinct guiding your intercession. Archangel Michael assures you that by tomorrow, the light will begin to return to their eyes, and the unnecessary heaviness will lift from their small shoulders. Do this now. Declare their sacredness. Declare their safety. Softly the celestial winds whisper, carrying an essence you know, a scent of old comfort, a familiar melody that has been silent for too long. Pause now and breathe in deeply, for the veil between your world and the realm of pure light has thinned specifically for this moment. There is a soul, a loved one who has passed into the arms of heaven, who is attempting with profound determination to reach you right now. Their message is one of absolute peace, a declaration that the heavy burdens you believe you caused, or the words you wish you had spoken, are entirely dissolved in the eternal light. They stand near your left shoulder, where the energy of the past and the heart's memories reside. You have been carrying a specific guilt, a small barbed regret concerning the circumstances of their final days or the moments following their departure. You review the scene in your mind, agonizing over a choice you made, a silence you kept, or an action you took out of immediate necessity. They are here to tell you that you must release this now. They see the truth of your intention, and they see the depth of your love. They are communicating that the pain of the transition is over for them, and they refuse to allow it to continue causing pain for you. The silent message they need you to hear is this: the love between us was never defined by the ending. It was defined by the connection. The moments of struggle are dust. I am free, and you must be free too. They wish to validate a sign they have been sending you that you have dismissed as mere coincidence. Did you recently encounter their favorite symbol? A specific flower, a particular animal, or a song playing randomly on a forgotten station? At the precise moment you were sinking into grief? That was not chance. That was their signature, a luminous wink from the celestial field, confirming their presence and their approval of your current life path. They see the tremendous growth you have achieved since their departure. They witness your struggles and your moments of triumph, and they are incredibly proud. Do not believe that death created distance. It only refined the communication channel. Today, this beloved soul asks you to perform an act of gentle, intentional release. Write down the one major regret you carry regarding them. Write it clearly on a small piece of paper. Then, without judgment, thank the regret for trying to protect the memory, but declare that the debt is paid. Burn the paper or dissolve it in water, releasing the ashes or the saturated paper to the earth. As you watch the physical form of the regret disappear, feel the energy of that loved one embrace you, confirming that the spiritual burden has lifted entirely. Archangel Michael, the great conductor of souls, confirms that your loved one rests in peace and wants you to reclaim your own vibrancy fully. They are not waiting for you, they are cheering for you. Do not let the memory of sorrow overshadow the memory of joy. They are telling you directly through this divine transmission: stop apologizing for living. The greatest spiritual work, and sometimes the deepest energetic warfare, often occurs in the space you believe to be the safest: your room, during the hours of deep night. If you suffer from sudden, unexplained insomnia, or if you wake repeatedly between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., the hour of the spiritual veil's thinnest point, it is not merely stress. Your sacred space is being used as a staging ground for energetic intrusion. When the light is extinguished and the noise of the day fades, the subtle energies that cling to you throughout the day have their chance to settle. And what you must understand is this: there is a specific, invisible entity of low vibration, fueled by the jealousy or silent resentment of another person who knows you well, that attempts to tether itself to your subconscious mind while you sleep. It seeks entry through the small, neglected corners of your room. Look now in your mind's eye toward the corner near the window, or perhaps the dark area adjacent to a mirror. This space has absorbed a density of heavy thought over time. This entity listens to your unspoken fears and amplifies them into frantic, chaotic dream states or bursts of sudden waking anxiety that grip your chest. It is designed to exhaust your spirit so that your defenses are lowered during the day. Tonight, you must command your room. You must reclaim this sanctuary as a celestial stronghold. This is not about fear. It is about sovereign spiritual hygiene. Before you rest, you need to execute a simple yet ancient ritual of purification. Take a small, clear glass of pure water. Place it on your nightstand or directly under your bed. Water is a magnificent absorber of ambient negative energy. It will draw the surrounding chaos into itself, preventing it from attaching to your aura while you travel into the dream state. In the morning, you must immediately pour that water down the drain, thanking it for its service, and never consume it. If you have sea salt, sprinkle a tiny line across the threshold of your bedroom door, or place a pinch in the corners of your room. Salt is the spiritual crystal of purification and division. It seals the space and stops unwelcome entries. As you lie down, visualize the most powerful shield in the universe, Archangel Michael's blue flame protection. See the fire, pure, cleansing, and gentle, rising from the floor, encompassing your bed and sealing the door and windows. Say aloud, "This space is consecrated to the highest vibration. Only love, light, and truth may enter. I am sealed and protected by the legions of Michael. All dark intent is immediately dissolved." Do this, and tonight, the usual energetic noise will be silenced. The chaotic dreams will cease. Instead, you will experience a clarity dream. In that dream, the fog will lift, and you will be shown, perhaps symbolically, perhaps clearly, the truth about the hidden intentions of the one nearest you, who has been subtly betraying your trust. You have asked for the truth, and the angels are ready to deliver it, but you must first clear the channel of fear. Reclaim the night. Reclaim your peace. You have performed the prayers. You have lit the sage. You have called upon the light, asking why the veil of struggle still hangs heavy over your doorway. Archangel Michael hears this plea, and he has lowered his gaze to the very threshold of your sanctuary. He reveals now the most painful truth. The struggle is not solely due to external circumstance, but to the invisible poison that has been invited within your field. You are being deeply loved, but you are also being secretly targeted. There is a soul close to your sphere, perhaps someone who shares your meals or who knows the intimate history of your heart, who carries a silent, corrosive jealousy toward the very light you are trying to nurture. This soul smiles with their lips, but their energy is knotted with resentment. They praise your victories outwardly, yet their spirit whispers curses of limitation the moment you turn your back. This is the weight you feel when the peace in your house suddenly drains away, moments after a specific presence departs. The divine knows you have an open, giving heart. This is your greatest strength, but it is also the opening through which subtle malice can creep. You have been attributing the heavy energy to the stress of the world, but Michael shows you the specific point of entry, the unspoken, hidden intentions of a trusted source. They do not need to actively curse you. Their consistent, bitter envy acts as a spiritual leak, draining the power from your intentions and scattering the seeds of your future blessings. This betrayal is quiet, insidious, and masked by familiarity. It is the reason your prayers feel blocked, the reason financial blessings seem to appear only to slip through your fingers, and the reason your deepest rest is disturbed by anxieties that are not truly yours. You are carrying not just your own burdens, but the vibrational anchor of someone who wishes, perhaps unconsciously, for your wings to be clipped. The time for blind trust is over. Michael does not command you to confront them, for darkness feeds on confrontation. He commands you to protect your vital energy. You must build a spiritual moat around your inner temple. When this person is near, visualize the sapphire blue shield of Michael's light enveloping you. Do not share your deepest hopes with them. Do not allow their negativity to plant roots in the fertile ground of your future. See them as they are, wounded souls whose jealousy is merely a reflection of their own unmet destiny. This knowledge is painful, but it is the first step toward reclaiming your sovereignty. When you identify the source of the leak, you can plug it. Michael has given you the gift of divine sight concerning this specific relationship. Your intuition has been screaming this truth, but you suppressed it out of loyalty or discomfort. Now listen to the low, humming frequency of warning in your chest. That is the voice of the Archangel affirming this truth. This invisible betrayal is the final hurdle to the massive, undeniable blessing that is waiting to flood your life. Once you spiritually detach, the energy that has been siphoned away will return to you tenfold, manifesting as swift breakthroughs in health, finance, and emotional liberation. Recognize the snare and refuse to step into it again. The celestial clock stands at the 11th hour. This message, which you were destined to receive at this precise moment of struggle, is not merely a notification. It is the ultimate divine warning and the call to action that will redefine your path forever. The universe does not tolerate prolonged confusion when clarity has been offered. The struggle you have faced, which felt like a crushing weight, was the necessary pressure to push you into this moment of truth. Archangel Michael, with the flaming sword of absolute justice, stands ready, but he requires your decisive commitment. You cannot stand halfway on the shore, debating whether to step into the cleansing current. This is the final command. The old ways of enduring must end tonight. You must now consciously sever the energetic ties to every person, place, or memory that has anchored you to pain, doubt, or betrayal. Do not wait for a sign larger than this spoken word. This energy is the sign. The heightened feeling in your solar plexus, the sudden tears that spring to your eyes. These are the vibrations of truth penetrating your core. Michael instructs you to perform a specific, silent ritual before you rest. Stand in the center of your main living space or beside your bed. Do not speak the names of those who have hurt you, for that gives them energy. Instead, visualize every cord of entanglement, the threads of doubt, the chains of regret, the specific energy cords connecting you to the veiled betrayer, as dull gray filaments attached to your heart, your solar plexus, and your lower back. Now, call upon the Archangel Michael, guardian of the light and commander of the heavenly host. Whisper the single word, sever. In that moment, visualize the brilliant electric blue sword of Michael sweeping through your aura, cleanly cutting every negative attachment and every parasitic energy thread. See the ends of those cords dissolving instantly, turning into purified light. Feel the instantaneous release in your body. A lightness, a gasp of pure, clean air where stagnation once resided. This action is not metaphorical. It is real spiritual surgery. By severing these cords, you are closing the door on the struggles of the past cycle. You are declaring your space sacred and protected. You are confirming that you have heard the warning and accepted the change promised in this message. If you fail to act on this profound truth now, if you choose to let this sacred knowledge linger as mere information, the universe views this as a refusal of grace. The struggle will deepen, not as punishment, but as the universe honoring your choice to remain in the patterns you understand. This is your last chance in this current cycle to step fully onto the path of unparalleled protection and accelerated destiny. The blessings Michael holds for you are immense: financial stability that feels unshakable, emotional clarity that cuts through confusion, and a true partner or community that vibrates at the highest frequency of unconditional love. But they can only descend fully when the spiritual atmosphere in your life is free of the heavy anchors identified today. Archangel Michael stands beside you, sword planted in the earth, guarding your transformation. When you perform this severance, the energy of your entire home will shift. Those who hold malice will find your space uncomfortably bright and will naturally retreat. Those who are meant to support your destiny will feel drawn to the sudden brilliance you emit. Breathe deeply. The warning has been delivered. The path is clear. Do not hesitate. Your transformation is not tomorrow's task. It is the sacred duty of this very moment. The veil has been lifted. Archangel Michael has delivered the urgent, necessary truth concerning the struggles you have been facing. The invisible betrayal, the energetic siphoning, and the divine command to sever the cords of the past. You were not meant to carry this weight any longer. This message is your catalyst, the moment where enduring pain stops and claiming powerful change begins. The struggle is ending now. Your light is returning. To claim the total protection and the immediate shift in your fortune promised by Michael, you must make a commitment in the energy field. Comment below, right now, the powerful phrase, "I claim this message changes everything." Type it with conviction and feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you declare your spiritual freedom. And finally, look around you. There is someone in your life, a friend, a relative, a soul you love, who is still asleep, fighting a struggle they don't understand. This message holds the key to their liberation too. Share this sacred warning immediately with one person who desperately needs to hear that Archangel Michael knows they are struggling. Lead them to the light, for the time for divine change is now. Go in peace, protected by the blue flame.